Welcome everyone, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Second Best. It's on Batman. Kogami Batman.
Oh, God.
And I wanna find Makishima.
So,
Where is Makishima?
so it's episode 10. It's called The Game of Methuselah.
Or Methuselah's Game.
Methuselah's Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
One of those.
That's
two.
right.
But the idea is that they're talking about Mr. Immortal because, oldest guy. And
robot guy.
all that, and he's going to be hunting for, Kogami,
Right.
Akane.
Dog after dog.
Nakomi, wow. Akomi, is that the ship name for them? Kogami is going to be hunting for Makishima, but it's a question of, which hunter wins, and also, does Mr. Old Guy bring his dogs to play?
Yeah.
That would
he kind of
bad.
needs to, I get the feeling. Like,
yeah.
because, I mean, I don't think he'd be able to take Kogami by himself.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing I'm wondering. If the bad guys are going on the offensive right now, does that mean that we're going to be getting a side character tragic death this episode?
Oh no, not Kunazuka.
Miss Bechtel, no, not her. No, I'm thinking more like Masaoka. I could totally see him taking a hit to save Kogami.
No, I could see him getting killed, but not this episode. I think we'd see Masaoka die at a point where Makishima is directly involved.
Okay, yeah, that would be a great way to make us hate Makishima as opposed to just this next person that Makishima is bringing into the game.
Yeah, exactly. It's a thing where this is going to be tied more directly to Makishima and bring him into the fold.
All right. Okay.
But I don't know. We'll just see what happens. But let's get into it.
Sorry to drag you into this on your day off.
It's okay.
Did I cross a line mixing business with personal?
It'll be fine as long as Gino doesn't
personal?
find out.
Yeah. Oh, was that a Freudian slip there?
She usually hang out in places like this?
Yeah.
Not at all. This is getting pretty strange.
It's definitely strange.
Abandoned
I have
sketch
no
film.
doubt this is a trap.
With random ominous bird.
Wait, I
Yeah.
am? By
Holy
who?
crap.
Can you think of any enemies
Spy
you've
bird.
made?
No way, I never make enemies.
Oh wow.
The
And the M. Yeah.
The M.
Say
Well, crap.
again?
In the back there, it's a dead end. Mr. Kogami? Mr. Kogami! Wait a minute. What is that? What's going on here?
Whoa.
Inspector? What's wrong? Come in.
I can hear you just fine. Keep moving forward.
Whoa. Her voice.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Those blood stains?
It's an abandoned subway line. You should check the train
That's not
cars.
her. That's not her. Yeah, holy crap. Whoa! Oh, crap. Well,
Mr. Kogami!
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no, please come in!
this
Inspector!
is getting a little bit
What's
crazy.
happening?
It's an abandoned subway line. You should check the train cars.
Yeah, this is not gonna end well. Oh, crap. That's her friend.
Shoot.
It's okay. I'm MWPSB.
Kogami
Yeah.
managed to escape your surveillance and his location is now unknown. Don't you think it's possible he might have staged this from the start?
Oh, you would say that.
Also that he could
Come on,
make a break
Ginoza.
for it?
You're smarter than that.
Oh, crap.
Oh boy.
Did we just stop?
Is this
Guess
where the
that
dogs
means they
come
want
out?
us to get off.
Now they want us to go through there?
I hate having to do what they tell us to, but
Crap,
Oh,
crap.
no.
Okay.
Oh,
And since Akane's friend's here, he might
I
try
don't
to
see
protect
other
her, you know?
options.
Shoot.
Follow me.
Crap. Go.
Yeah, run.
Great place to dump a body.
Yeah, this is the same spot that Rikiko died.
The hell is this?
The evil lair.
So far, it's all going as planned. And these two seem especially quick to pick up on things, don't they? The smarter the prey, the more enjoyable the hunt.
Is Akane's job dangerous like this?
Yeah, it's gotten really bad lately.
Is she doing okay at work?
She has faith.
Oh,
I'll
cool.
definitely say that. She has an intuitive understanding of what it means to be a detective, and if there's one thing this world desperately needs more of, it's people like her.
Yep.
Nice.
She was always special, even when we were in school together. No matter how bad the problem was, as soon as she'd intervene, it would get resolved. I wonder about the other people with the clearest psychopath hues. Do you think they're amazing as friends like she is? Wait a minute. Are you the bad boy subordinate Akane says always leaves her to total loss?
So that's how she talks about me when I'm not around? Interesting.
Interesting.
What? What's the matter?
A trap.
You know, Kogami should be able to get plenty of
Holy
profiling
crap.
on their enemies because of like the fact that they left the lighters and stuff.
Yeah.
Even their traps are old-fashioned. They've sure
Whoa.
got interesting taste.
Look at that! A little to the right, from the floor you just checked. The same bag we saw earlier!
No,
Hold
don't
it.
touch it.
You knew that was going immediately. Jeez. Wow. He's not even trying to hit them.
Is this all part of the hunt?
Where's that bag?
Here.
They probably want the prey to be able
What's
to fight
that?
back in some way.
Portable transponder. We can communicate with this even if they're jamming the signal.
You mean we can call for help now?
No, they
Well,
can
we
talk to
could,
the hunters.
if it wasn't missing the battery and the antenna.
Wow, he's fast.
Yeah. But oh boy. Ride him, cowboy.
Nice. Oh, hey. Holy
Good
crap.
job, Kogami.
All I need's the antenna.
Mr. Makishima, I'm starting to suspect you've introduced some additional plot twists into this game, unbeknownst to me. Am I correct in thinking
Makishima
this?
is the one putting the stuff
When a
in
man
there.
is confronted
I got the
with
feeling
fear,
he was.
his very soul is tested. Everything that he was born to seek, everything that he was born to achieve, his true nature will be revealed quite clearly.
Wow.
Was that intended to mock me?
It's not just this Kogami I have my eyes on. I'm interested in you as well, Mr.
Yeah.
Sakaguchi. An unforeseen situation, an unexpected turn of events.
How do you handle it?
In the wake of such moments, you too will be forced to face your true self. I know that that is the thrill and experience you've really been chasing here.
I like it.
Indeed. You know, I have to say I don't really mind this habit of yours of observing others from on high.
And now, Shinya Kogami. Let's see if you will come to understand the true meaning of this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anymore?
She's weighing him down.
Why did they bring you down here and put you on that subway car?
I think I know.
Specifically to see
Doesn't
what
my
Kogami
being
would
here
do.
make it much more difficult for you to run away from them?
I'm being tested. And whether or
Right.
not I abandon you,
He's
I
part
bet that decision's one of the keys to winning this game.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, take off your clothes.
What, right here in the middle of all this? Are you out of your damn mind?
Just give them to me.
Can't believe the MWPSB hires pervs like you.
I'm curious.
And there we have it. The last item we needed to beat the game was hidden right there on you.
Weird.
It's the transponder's missing antenna.
What
Dang.
the heck?
Heavy jam
How did he
Along
figure
the
that
draw
out?
wire.
though the range is limited.
Don't trust the map data. Check every single gap and corner thoroughly. Also, as soon as you see Kogami, shoot him with the Dominator. There's no need to warn him.
But we still don't know if he was actually trying to run away.
The Sybil system will make that determination for us. If he did nothing wrong, then his crime coefficient will be the same as the last time you shot him.
No,
The
no,
paralyzer
that's
mode will knock him out.
Environmental
But if you
data,
really wanted
dude.
To fly the game,
Yeah.
Then it'll mercilessly go into eliminator mode, and that's it.
Yes, well, the cymatic scan is never wrong. It will reveal Kogami's true intentions.
Are you really saying you'd be okay with killing him?
it's never been
You
good.
used to be his friend, didn't you?
If he does end up dying, Inspector Tsunemori, it'll be due to your poor supervision.
And your stupid decision.
If you had any control over Kogami, then we wouldn't be in this position of having to potentially kill the man.
Ginoza's a great
Tell
leader,
me.
isn't he?
How does it feel knowing someone could die because of your incompetence?
Do your thing you did earlier, Akane. Call him out on his
All
bullcrap.
right, Inspector.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
enough, don't you think? You're being a little hard on the girl.
Oh, yeah. Shut up.
It's from Kogami.
Run a trace on my location. We have a code 108 in progress. Requesting immediate backup. I repeat, we have a code
Send in the
108
drones!
We don't know the right path.
Just pick them at random! And make sure at least one of those drones reaches him!
Okay, that was an
awesome
intense episode.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So,
Okay.
this seems like a mid-season finale.
I feel like this is part one of a mid-season finale.
Yeah.
Yes. It doesn't have to be this episode. Sorry, it doesn't have to be the next episode. It could be a three-parter.
It could
In
be.
fact, I would almost say that they don't have one or two parters anymore. Everything is a pretty linear plot.
That's true.
As far as
That's
things
true.
have
The
been
previous
going
arc
so far.
did set that up to be the case.
Yeah. So with what we've got going on, Sega, Professor Sega,
Yes.
the immortal
Hunter
dude.
Yeah.
He is not Makishima's favorite.
No.
He is being tested in that he doesn't know people's true nature. So here's a
Yeah.
thought I have to kind of get a little bit into Makishima. He actually wants to understand the true nature of humanity, and he's
Okay.
using all these dramatic things with the Sybil system in conjunction to see how people
Okay.
measure up.
Sure.
And he's looking for anomalies that will get him closer to understanding what it means to be, human or something like that.
Okay. And
I can see this as being a philosophical journey. The question is how much of this is his true nature, like Makishima's true nature, or just his own self-deception.
I don't think a lot of it's self-deception because, because for one, he seems to believe what he's saying pretty strongly, but also I don't. From a meta perspective, I don't think he would be as much of a fan favorite if he was deceiving himself.
No, but not that he's completely deceiving himself, but that there's an element of what he believes that he can't reconcile with what he knows to be true.
Possibly.
I think he's constantly asking questions, which means he's not searching for answers necessarily.
And that would make him very interesting as a just a character in general.
Right.
Villainy aside. Yeah, that would be fantastic. And because of that, the stuff that he's been doing seems a lot more qualitative than quantitative, So understanding people.
Yep.
I'm totally on board with that. And we don't have a clear, specific, concrete goal that we've seen so far. So that would
that could be it.
Yeah.
Like just him trying to understand people and the nature of humanity, that would be it. It ties in the philosophy, the psychology of the whole thing. It ties in the Sybil system. It brings a whole lot of things into play. So with that whole perspective of kind of the Hunter thing being in mind,
Yeah.
what do you see this ending up with? Like, where do you see this going?
Well, they're storming the castle to go rescue Kogami. So I could definitely see someone dying in the next episode. Like, let's just lay that out there.
I think it's Ginoza now. I really think it's Ginoza. Like, think about it. Just think about it before you throw it down completely.
Okay.
Think about what they just recently did for his character. They gave him actually a lot of contextual development.
Yes.
The last 3 episodes, I would say.
Absolutely.
A lot of it. And they tried to make us sympathize with him, but they're still making us
not
like him.
Yeah.
Think about like what kind of dynamic that would change within the show. Akane would be the main detective of this little section of the MWPSB. That would put her in a position for some very cool growth because she doesn't have to deal with this guy abusing his position to kind of berate her.
Yeah. Possibly, but
and it kind of removes an obstacle in Kogami's path from getting to Makishima.
That's true. Okay, so he could die, but the person that I see is like probably dying is Masayoka, because they usually, if you're going to kill off a character, you want it to have the most impact, so you're not going to have them do something that makes you dislike them right. before they go die. But Masayoka, he stood in for Akane, right, and did an awesome. So that seems more likely in my mind that he'll be the one to die.
Yeah, I just don't think it's this time. I know he's going to die. It's just not now.
Sure.
Like, Masayoka kind of has to die, but there's nothing in this that's showing, in my opinion, that he would die.
That it's going to be him specifically?
Now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think he's going to die. I just don't think this is important enough of a position for him to die.
Yeah.
I think this is where the show transitions to be more of a hunt for Makishima.
Right.
And Ginoza is effectively an incompliant cog with this whole machine that they're trying to run.
Sure.
He is actually a problem.
Now,
we've seen that quite literally at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
He has serious problems about Kogami.
Right. Now here's something. If someone on their team does die, maybe it's someone else like Kagari or something like that. Could that essentially like flip a switch in Ginoza's mind where he's like, okay, there's some bad dudes out there. We need to take them down and take them down hard. And then he's like, Kogami, just do your thing.
No.
You don't think he'd do that?
No. I don't think this is the kind of show where we're going to get Ginoza to have some kind of cool 180 character development moment.
Not 180 character development, but like...
No, I just don't think he's going to fundamentally change a decent percentage of his character just because someone dies on the job.
Fair enough.
You just see how coldly he treats the late replacement for him, or whoever it was that was Kogami's partner.
Right. I forget the
I'm just saying
name.
Whatever the role was that he played in the MWPSB.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, but as Makishima has stated, when people are in dangerous situations that they're not familiar with, that's when they show their true selves.
That's true.
So
now, did you get the vibe at all that the girl was it Yuki?
Yeah.
Yeah. She seemed to be a little bit aware of kind of what was going on.
Yeah, she seemed to be
for a second there.
Yeah. Like maybe we missed something on like what it is that they do like in their time as their career or whatever, but she seemed to be handling it really well. Like
yeah, I would hate for it to be a thing where she's, play acting and stuff. That would just suck. But the fact that the dogs haven't gotten them
is a bit surprising.
I know they're playing a game.
Right.
So it's intentionally to make it more fun.
Yeah.
But seeing that Makishima put items in there not at the behest of
Mr. Hunter,
Sega, Professor Sega, that makes me wonder what role Makishima played in this girl being there specifically.
Sure.
Because he put the antenna in the slot for the wire of her bra.
Right.
So So
was he the one that
potentially-
kidnapped her?
Was he the one that kidnapped her and
I could see that
maybe
happening.
gave her a little bit of brainwashing in order to
that
affect the whole situation?
So when Kogami first found her and he takes the bag off her head, her eyes are like blank, right? The first thing that came to my head was brainwashing.
Sure.
But then, she seemed to just wake up, and I was like, okay, maybe that's not it.
Yeah.
But if they did brainwashing, that would be
terrifying.
Yeah.
Because it might play into a theme where I think this is reading way too into the potential for Yuki to have been brainwashed. But the test that Makishima is still trying to instill in Kogami is that Akane has been brainwashed by the Sybil system, and she's holding him back from his true potential.
Okay.
And by her realizing, by him realizing that it would be see what could happen in order to make him kill the girl Yuki.
Sure.
That's really a stretch, but
it
would be cool to be like, whoa, I actually called it. Like that was what it was the whole time. Because I'm now thinking, like, what is Makishima's real thing that he's trying to get them to notice? I don't think it's just that she's holding him back.
Right.
I think it's that she represents Akane in some specific measure.
Yeah, and especially if he was willing to kill her, it's not just that she would represent Akane, but that would directly be, basically disregarding his connection to Akane.
Right.
Which,
and also it would irreparably damage his psychopaths.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And maybe that is the way that he's going to try and turn Kogami. Right.
Maybe Makishima will address Kogami
Sure.
and utilize the girl as basically a key to get to him. But he has to kill her in order to do it.
They'd have to do that really well.
They would have to do it really well because it sounds kind of cheesy once you put it in that
right.
respect.
And Kogami knew, like, when he figured out, like, okay, they're making it so that you're holding me back. Of course, he probably knew that they were going to try and do something twisted along those lines, right? That could lead in that direction. But he didn't even give it a second thought. He was just like, okay, so what are we going to do?
So what are we going to do? Him divining that the antenna was inside her clothes is next level.
That was like
detective work.
Yeah, that's almost like something that he shouldn't have been able to figure out.
Yeah, it seemed a little bit, okay, you're good, but
like that. Yeah.
But here's the thing that I think that makes it true is that he sees that she is now a piece in this puzzle of the game.
Right. Yes. It's
so
not
the whole
just
game is a puzzle, and he's trying to solve it. So if he looks at the puzzle, the way you solve a puzzle is you correctly handle all the pieces.
Right.
And she is technically, by being involved, a piece just as much as he is. So he goes, okay, what does she have as a piece that I should be able to you basically move in some way? And he goes, okay, wait a minute, I need to get a full tactical read. So he kind of does the awkward thing of being like, take off all your clothes.
Yeah.
And she's like, what the hell? Like, this isn't... Like, just do it. And she does it. And then he divines from
the fact
underwear
that they're
not matching. Which, ladies, let's be real. You don't always match your underwear. Like there's... Come on. Right?
Yeah.
Like, sound off in the comments if you match your underwear every single time.
Yeah.
I don't think most people do.
Probably not. But okay, that could have been part of his profiling coming into play, where he was basically saying, this is all a game, this is all a test. Since I have a chance of winning, they're basically wanting me to realize that this is a game. And if they're wanting me to realize that she is a part of this game, she's a piece, then that means it's more likely that they would have one of the means of attaining victory being directly tied to her.
Yeah, but that could be not a physical thing. It could be something about keeping her alive throughout the entire game.
Yes, that's true. But he had also mentioned beforehand that maybe me abandoning you or not is, part of the winning or losing.
Right,
maybe,
but then he went beyond that.
Right, but maybe that was how he made the logic leap. He's like, okay, maybe you're a part of winning or losing, of whether or not he would like leave her behind as a moral thing. But then it's like, oh, what if that was an actual tactical thing of, if I actually,
that's true.
Right?
He has to assume it's both for the sake of contingencies.
And that might have been where he got the idea.
That makes sense. I like that.
But that is like, the fact that
it's
did
next
that so
level
fast,
detective work. It's not Sherlock level where it's just bloody impossible, but it's like pretty doggone close.
Yeah.
So Makishima, what is he getting out of this? Like, I mean,
I don't know.
I get that, like, he wants to understand things and he wants to view this and stuff as being some kind of a test. But I keep thinking, like, how does this tie into his end game?
Yeah, because this seems like he's just doing it for fun.
This is so arbitrary.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see at what point all the previous episodes, like hijacks and all these things that have happened in the past kind of connect together and come into play in the future. Because all I get is that he's a hacker.
Right.
He's very intelligent. He's philosophical.
Yep.
He's a psychological villain as well. And he finds certain people interesting. And I think what you can get from all that is that he finds people that exhibit qualities, fill in the blank, interesting with a connection to the Sybil system.
Okay.
So there has to be some way that the quality that he sees is connected to the Sybil system.
So
and then the hacking is what corresponds to the Sybil system.
Right.
Other than that, I have no idea what this guy's endgame is.
So here's my question. What if this was his interest in Kogami was not actually his true interest?
Okay.
What if
that makes sense.
We stepped back further and his real target was Akane, like we've talked about. But what if it's not that he discovers Akane, but he already knew about Akane? And even going after Kogami, he's trying to basically make Kogami go off the rails so that he becomes the rabid dog to be put down.
Yeah.
As a way to potentially like screw with Akane.
I think that breaks a lot of the rules of this show. He shouldn't know everything about Akane, right?
Sure, that's true.
I don't even think he knows more about Akane than her first name, really. Like,
yeah.
It's like, oh, the partner of Akane, Kogami, it's
right.
like, oh, okay. But I think there's a lot of people out there that show psychopaths that are really, low, really, really bright and stuff. But if he interacts semi-directly with Akane, by extension through Kogami and all this other stuff, I think he could eventually go to that.
Sure, but
that kind of plotline reeks of like fantasy chosen one.
That's
like,
true. That's true.
This is not that type of show.
No, it isn't. So,
but it could stumble into that stuff by the nature of their interactions in episodes moving forward.
Yeah. And doing that a little bit without it becoming like the main focus is totally fine, and they could do it amazingly.
Oh, there's some insanely good things they could do. I think the intro is almost kind of a spoiler in that regard
because it's black and white.
Well, that's a thematic thing. I'm talking about them literally pointing a gun at each other.
Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah. And they did establish that in episode 1 as, a thing that could happen.
Well, not only that, they established the whole thing that Kogami and Makishima will meet at some point in the future on top of the tower.
Right.
It's just a question of what's the context surrounding that, and totally Akane is going to be there when that happens.
Yeah.
And we already had a theory about how that would kind of go down, but there's not much to be saying as to why they get there.
Right.
What it is
what
in
are the stakes
Makishima's
involved?
Yeah, like what is his end game?
Yeah.
Like I grasping at straws here, and it's so weird because usually when you craft a story like this and there's the mystery thriller element, it's really easy to let slip what your antagonist's endgame is right at the beginning.
Sure.
As a way to foreshadow.
Yeah.
What you're foreshadowing is so not subtle that it doesn't give anything away. And I think this show goes for the other thing where they're not foreshadowing at all. all.
Okay.
So it's potentially a thing where we have to connect dots like a puzzle, like a game.
Right.
Kind of like
Yeah.
he's like the author himself is Makishima.
Right. Sure.
Which allows him to have his near godlike, intellect and
Yeah.
always everything according to
Kaikaku.
yeah, exactly.
Now, so here's a thought.
But do you think it's something other than that, or do you think I've kind of
No,
hit it on the nose?
I think you've hit it on the nose. And here's my thought. So if this is the first part of the mid-season finale, or something along those lines, right?
It's
even
close
if
to it.
Even if it's not a definite, line in
It's
the
at
sand.
least the first part, or it's not
Right.
a part. It's just a little bit before it.
But what if there's marked a turning point where then the second half of the show is basically showing Makishima going towards his actual end game goals, right? And this was just sort of the setup.
I would say that is something I would very much like to have happen. I don't know if it will, but I want it to. It'd be very much like a transition with Book 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they're all building up to the invasion, and the invasion happens, and then they're all building up towards the next big goal, which is to just stop them before the comet. So this is a thing where they've been kind of dancing around, indirectly dealing with Makishima's lieutenants and people by proxy.
Yeah.
And now we're finding that the spider's web all connects at the center to the queen herself, Makishima, and now they have to actually take down the spider. So the question is, will that be a thing of Makishima being the mouse and the MWPSB being the cat, and Makishima does a little switcheroo where he keeps them on the chase as well? Or is it going to be more of a philosophical battle where there's going to be more stuff about Makishima putting them in situations where it tests their resolve to the civil system, and he's trying to cloud all their hues to prove some point.
I think
it could be a combination of both.
But I hope it's more of the philosophical stuff.
I hope it is too, because this anime gets me talking
it does that so well
without really having a complex story. Now, like, let me bring this up here.
Sure.
I actually think Psycho-Pass's story, like its plot, is pretty straightforward. It's a cop show.
Right.
What they've done, though, is they put it in this setting that allows for all this extra stuff to come with it. So it gets me hyped, but it also frustrates me because I can't predict this show. Right. I am grasping at 23 straws, and I know that 2 of them are right. And I know that leaves me with, less than 10% chance of being right, like, anytime I make a prediction or something like that. That's how it feels.
Yeah, we have to keep things general because we don't know what the specifics are going to be.
Right, I would love to jump to specifics, but I know that I'm probably wrong in the majority of the
because they haven't really
there.
given us anything to build off of yet.
Yeah, and what they have given us to slightly build off of yet is basically a kind of worldview perspective of Makishima.
Sure.
I know it's easy to just talk about Makishima, but he kind of steals the show in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Kind of by his presence, not really actually his character. Now, can we talk about
charisma?
that? His charisma.
Yeah.
This character, the antagonist Makishima, doesn't actually have much of a character. He has a presence. He has a persona. Now, I would like to posit to you that by the virtue of this being his persona, we actually don't know his true character.
Yeah.
So this could be hinting, actually, that this whole thing here where it's about discovering true nature is that Makishima's giving Kogami an opportunity to understand his true nature. And by extension, it's letting the audience know his true nature.
However, the whole point of that is that things have to not go according to plan. You have to be in a situation where it's not what you expected, where you start to get afraid or, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen that from Makishima yet because he is such a mastermind. So,
So you're saying that we can't see it because this is all according to Keikaku,
Exactly.
Okay, so by the way, Keikaku means plan.
Yeah.
The reason why I think that's wrong is because he's choosing to let them see.
Okay, right, because he is a trickster. He is playing a game.
Yeah, he's being the magnificent bastard, basically. The thing that I would see Makishima would break that rule, and that it has to be a thing where you're not prepared, is that Makishima seems to be the one that is actually in true understanding of my own nature.
Sure.
Now, the thing I'd say that drives him to ask all these questions is because he's already asked all the questions about himself, and now he's turning his gaze upon his environment.
Okay.
And the human beings and the
Sure.
variables and the forces at work within the environment.
Yes.
He's a bit Machiavellian and manipulative, but just a bit. But I can sense this almost kinship with him. Now this is kind of weird, but like I understand a little bit of the. I want to understand things,
right?
And I see the connections and how things work. And yet he has delved a little bit into the dark side where he's tugging on the strings and he's going, what happens when I tug on the string and we have the flies over here? And he's kind of like a spider if you think about it. He hides back in the shadows. He waits for his prey to land in his web, and then he kind of pokes at his web to be like, what are they going to do here? Oh, they're crying out. They're screaming. Oh, no. Oh, they stopped moving. They weren't that interesting. And then he just eats them. Like, that's basically what I would describe him as. And he kind of has that Varys thing from
absolutely,
from Game of Thrones, where his little birds are out there doing work for him. And yeah.
All the while he reads books.
And waxes philosophical with his current counterpart.
Right.
I feel like he wants someone who truly understands what he's going through to be beside him so that he can wax philosophically to them.
I love it. Yeah, so what he's actually after, he might not be after... I mean, he probably does have some, big plot and all that stuff.
Plot scheme and stuff like that.
But I think what he's
he
really
wants
after...
an equal.
He wants an equal. He wants someone to be able to just sit down and have a conversation with.
Yeah.
Like, and not get bored and not just be like, oh, this is the kind of person they are, which has happened with all the people so far.
Right.
So that, oh man, because he could have, okay.
Yeah.
He could have that with Kogami, and then he could find Kogami wanting.
Well,
and then
I don't think that's actually how it's going to progress towards. I think that will happen towards the end.
Right.
At the very end, you'll be like, I was disappointed in you, Kogami.
Yeah.
Your partner, however, Akane.
Yeah.
You are way more interesting. I think if anything, Akane would bug him right now. But if Akane goes through some development, say after Masayoka dies, Ginoza dies, she takes more charge of the whole thing. Her kind of connection to her friends, Kogami, the rest of the team strengthens. She makes a lot of really hard decisions and stuff. Then she'll be that prime candidate for Makishima. However, I think that the reason why Makishima has the ability to just throw people away when they don't, he's a psychopath.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I don't think it's something that's like, oh, what a twist. It's like, no, obviously he's a psychopath.
Yeah, but let's figure that out, man.
But no, that's a great thing to point out, though. Not a sociopath. Not necessarily a sociopath.
Well, or maybe both, but yeah.
He could be both, but I think he's a psychopath.
Right. And by the way, psychopaths don't feel emotion, whereas sociopaths have an extreme disrespect for the societal order.
Right. And to an extent, I think it would be easy to label him a sociopath because of the way the civil system is.
Right. He's doing stuff that's sociopathic for sure.
But I don't think that is what it is, because he is studying philosophy and this whole aspect of what makes humanity work, and sociopaths would see that whole crap as beneath them.
Okay.
He sees himself as being the prima, whatever of the whole thing. At least, maybe he's actually not arrogant. That would be interesting. But with a psychopath,
that'd be hard to pull off.
It would be hard to pull off. I think as a psychopath, that is basically the whole shtick of his character.
Okay.
Other than his philosophical thing and all that, is that he is literally impossible to track, one, because he's a psychopath. So his emotions and all that, he can make it perfectly.
Show up.
He can just perfectly control it, or he just doesn't have it. But also, it hints at how he kind of sees these people that come into his kind of thrall almost as tools. And I think when we put Professor Siga into the gauntlet like this, it shows he really doesn't care for Siga.
No.
Like he has no room in his not heart, I would say,
but whatever that organ is that pumps the black sludge through his veins.
No, I don't think he's that kind of evil. I think he's the kind where he's
just misunderstood.
No. I don't think he's misunderstood. I think that there's a semblance, of his character being attached to the idea of humanity, but not to humans themselves.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, so he actually is very invested in humanity as a whole and the world and all that stuff, but when it comes down to a specific person, he absolutely doesn't care, maybe because they don't match his vision of what it should be.
Yeah, which is hypocritical because individuals are smart.
Yeah.
Humanity is stupid.
Right.
That's just how it works. You put a group, everything falls to the lowest common denominator. An individual, however, can rise above a group.
Yeah.
The whole thing of Makishima is that he is the individual trying to rise above the group.
Sure.
And he seems to be trying to pluck specific people out of the group. But he doesn't have some kind of Ubermensch kind of philosophy or anything like that. So it fascinates me.
We'll just have to wait and see what
it's
happens.
So interesting. So next episode we can resolve the whole conflict. Hopefully. Professor Siga goes down and the immortal cyborg actually dies.
Hopefully we also get another character.
Those dogs are done. Like please. The only thing they should do is maybe kill Ginoza, and then we just be done. But Ginoza doesn't even deserve that. What am I talking about? Ginoza does not deserve to die that way.
Right.
No, those dogs are not cool, dude. Not cool.
Okay, but what if now this totally isn't gonna happen.
Okay.
But what if Kogami took over one of them, and I know it's stupid, but but they're a cool design. They're scary as heck, but they're.
No, dude, you go build your own. I'm not having any of that. All right, guys, this was a great episode. We'll see you again next time. If you want to watch the next episode right now, go check out the link in the description for our Patreon, and you can watch the early access episode right now.
Why do I get the feeling it's going to be a doozy?
Yeah, I get the feeling it will be too. All right, guys, we'll see you then. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.